Let's get to the campaign proper now. Matt Cunningham joins us live from Darwin. He's following the Labor campaign for us. What's going on there today?
Well, we've seen this plan announced by Labor basically to bolster our support for the Pacific Island nations, Laura. That includes the establishment of a school to train Pacific troops, also increased surveillance for operations like illegal fishing, and an increase of the footprint of the national broadcaster, the ABC. But there has been plenty of reaction already to this announcement from Labor, including from the Prime Minister, Scott Morrison.
What they're putting out today, the Labor Party, is basically a continuation of all the things that we're currently doing, with one exception. They think the way to solve the problem in the Solomon Islands is to send in the ABC. I mean, it's farcical. When their answer to solving the Solomon Islands problem is to have Q&A in Honiara. I don't think that's a true reflection or an understanding of the challenges that we face there.
There's been plenty of government front benches out this morning criticising this Labor plan. Laura, Simon Birmingham also spoke this morning.
Frankly, this is all about the headlines the Labor Party wants in the election campaign rather than the substance. And what you can see throughout this election campaign is that the Morrison government has clear policy plans for Australia's future, has substance and detail behind the policies that we're implementing across the country, versus a Labor Party when, as soon as you scratch the surface on any of their policies, they fall apart pretty quickly.
So the Coalition very keen to criticise this announcement, but Labor, Laura, obviously thinks that it's on to something of a winner here, following that announcement last week that the Solomon Islands had signed that security pact with China and concerns that China could establish a military base in that region. We spoke to Brendan O'Connor here on Sky News this morning. Here's what he had to say about this Labor plan.
We need to show the Pacific Island countries, Peter, that they are our friends and we have a mutual interest. We have an interest to ensure that this region is stable, is democratic and is peaceful.
We will get more of this plan from, more detail on this plan from Labor when the Deputy Leader, Richard Marles, addresses the media here in Darwin this morning. Of course, if you're going to have a khaki election, Darwin's always going to be right in the centre of it. I think that's why we've seen the Prime Minister here yesterday, Labor still here today, Richard Marles still in town, and these questions around defence and national security still front and centre in this election campaign, Laura.
I love it. Puts you front and centre for us too, Matt. We appreciate it. We'll check in soon. The Prime Minister is in Townsville, and these are live pictures coming into the newsroom right now. The Prime Minister is at a bakery in the marginal seat of Herbert. As you can see there, a few macarons, I think you say. They're muesli cookies, as we can see.